Thus, is there a skill you can always fall back on if you decide to pivot again? The specific skill that I can fall back on if I decide to pivot again is the ability to understand what customers actually want, especially in a small business restaurant. Recently, I began working at a newly opened American-style handmade burger restaurant in Korea. Because the restaurant is still developing its services and systems, I have been able to observe the entire process of identifying problems and improving the customer experience. For example, I often clean tables and chairs with alcohol because I assume that customers appreciate a clean and hygienic environment. However, I was surprised to discover that some customers did not want me to use alcohol near tables. They may have disliked the smell or felt uncomfortable having someone clean around them while they were eating. The experience taught me that something I consider good service may not necessarily be what every customer wants. I am learning not to judge customers' needs based on my own assumptions or standards. Instead, I try to observe their reactions and ask whether they would like me to clean the area around them. By watching how customers respond to small details, I have learned that even a minor change in the way employees communicate and provide service can significantly affect the overall customer experience. This experience has also helped me realize that I enjoy observing people's behavior, identifying what they need, and thinking about how a service or system could be improved. Although I am currently studying neuroengineering, I believe this customer-centered mindset could be useful in any business to customer field, especially if I were responsible for managing customer-facing operations or dealing with customer problems. It could also be useful in neuroengineering because engineers should not assume that a technology is valuable simply because it works technically. They also need to understand what patients and users actually need. It is always interesting for me to imagine what I could do if I ever decided to take a different path.